Yeah, hi there. These comments are for S. Serrano, and this is Michael. And I'm not going to use your real name for privacy purposes, but I wanted to do a YouTube video to talk to you a little bit. All right, so let's take a look at your situation. So right now you're one of my students, and you say, I will be taking Michael the TOEFL test on August 25th. I need a minimum, you have minimal, I would say a minimum of 80, and the worst hypothesis is 72. And then you said, that will be my first try. I don't have exactly the responsibility to reach the desired score at this opportunity. It's more of a test for me to have an idea of the exam. The true exam will probably be in January, and my aim is to reach 110 or higher. You say, I'm confident I can do this in 110. I'm confident I can score higher than 110 in 6 months of hard work with regular study. Yeah, it's possible. It is. The highest score so far, as Serrano, at my website right now of students who have used my course is 116. And the one before that is 114. I've had 113, 109. So you can do it, and students do it. And I think your question is, you say, I need the better of your guidance during this period, so I'm depositing my money and my confidence in you and your course. All right, so here's what you can do. There's kind of two things you have to kind of focus around right now. And number one, it's what you do when you're not studying TOEFL that can be almost or just as important as what you do when you study TOEFL, right? So of course, you're using my online TOEFL course to study TOEFL. But let's talk about when you're not using my course first of all. You want to be reading magazines, newspapers, and longer books during this period. This is very, very important for you. Now, in addition to that, I would spend some time reading, actually listening to radio and watching the news and watching movies. So basically what I'm saying is when you're not studying TOEFL, you should spend time each day listening to and reading higher level type materials. So this is going to be very, very important for you as you're getting ready for your upcoming test 6 months from now. That is, if you want to get 110 points out of 120. Now, let's talk about what you do when you study TOEFL. Now, you'll notice, as Serrano, I've organized my online TOEFL course around 7 sections, 7 key areas. And as you're working in those areas, you definitely want to reach a certain proficiency, and that will tell you you have mastered that particular section, and you are very likely to score very high if you have mastered that section. Okay, so with vocabulary, as you go through my vocabulary section and you study the lessons in that section of my course, your ultimate goal is to get 85% on the vocabulary final exam. If you can do that, that means that you're very, very proficient in both your basic and your advanced vocabulary. Now, secondly, as you get into the pronunciation part of my course, you want to get 5.1 or higher on my pronunciation post-test. Now, what you basically want to do here is when you go through that post-test, you want to try to speak fluently and as clearly as you can and as naturally as you can. And if you can achieve about 5.1 or higher on my pronunciation post-test, that means that you have very, very clear and fluent pronunciation. And that means it is very, very likely that you will score high on the speaking section of the test. Now, number 3 is grammar. The main thing is make sure you go through grammar lesson number 7. You want to go through that several times. That will help build your writing and your grammar proficiency of English. This is very, very important. Now, as you get into the listening section, the main thing here, as Serrano, is to make sure that you're getting consistently about 85% or higher on my listening practice test. If you can do that, again, that means you have very, very strong listening proficiency. Now, in addition to going through the listening practice test and answering those comprehension questions, what you can also do is practice as you listen to the lectures, take notes, and then using your notes orally summarize that information, or you can write a written summary of that information. Either way, you're practicing your integrated speaking or your integrated writing skills there. So that's very, very important. Now, in the reading section is designed to help you build your reading IBT test taking strategies and to also help you build your reading speed. The main thing in the reading section of my course is to achieve, and because you want to get 110, I would recommend that you go all the way to the end and try to achieve a reading speed of 350 words per minute with 80% comprehension. Now, building your reading speed takes time, but you can do this. But that is the ultimate goal, is to get 85%, around 80-85% on the speed reading test, that is 350 words per minute. So by having a faster reading speed, actually you can concentrate better, you can comprehend more, and you can go through those integrated speaking and writing tasks much faster, and you can also complete the reading section much faster. So that's very important. Now, in the writing section of my course, obviously go through the independent and integrated writing lessons, and also you should complete, I'd recommend at least 1 or 2 practice tests per month as you're using my service, and your goal is to try to score higher than 24 points on the independent and integrated writing practice test. That's very, very important for you, right? So as you go through those writing practice tests, I will be reading and commenting on those practice tests, even recommending specific lessons that you can review to improve your writing proficiency. And finally, as you get into the speaking section of my course, your goal is to be consistently scoring higher than 26 points out of 30 on the independent and integrated speaking practice test. That's kind of what you want to do. So as you are doing that, I will be giving you some specific recommendations as to specific lessons that you want to focus on based on the scores you're getting, so that you can gradually move your speaking score higher. So anyway, as Serrano, so I hope you can see from the video that there are some things that you can do both inside or both outside of studying TOEFL, and also studying my TOEFL course as well. So a combination, I think, of doing these 2 factors, I think, will get you gradually toward the goal that you seek. And one more thing that I forgot to say when we talk about what you do when you're not studying TOEFL. It is important to find opportunities to speak English with native speakers, and that's going to be very, very important in helping you get more used to the English language. But anyway, thank you for your comments. I hope that this video gets you going in the right direction. All right? Bye-bye.